Total Recall is directed by Paul Verhoeven and stars Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sharon Stone, Rachel Ticotin, and Michael Ironside. Deep into the future, man has begun to colonize the solar system. Douglas Quaid, played by Schwarzenegger, is a man on Earth living an ordinary life, working as a construction worker, married to the gorgeous Sharon Stone, and dreaming of life on Mars. When presented the option of Recall, a futuristic facility that offers the experience and memories of a vacation to Mars, Quaid opts to visit the program. But why settle for a mere vacation when you can have an all-out, explosively violent, thoroughly intriguing adventure where you are the hero who saves the world and gets the girl? In fact, this is exactly what he opts for, only to discover that something has gone terribly wrong, and he is only left to question that he may not be whom he thought he was. What follows is an all-out, explosively violent, thoroughly intriguing adventure that keeps you guessing and analyzing whether what we are seeing is actually real or the result of the Recall program. Now, if you haven't had a chance to see this film yet, you might be asking why I've just spoiled some of the pivotal elements of this plot. Well, that's exactly what's so ingenious about this film, in that it sets the stage very early on as to what should be happening according to the Recall package, while turning Quaid's and thereby our expectations on their heads. When elements of this film come across as outrageous, over-the-top, B-movie grade, you can't help but wonder if it's intentional. When the baddies are firing off guns inside of a glass dome that, if broken, will open to the vacuum of space and still miss, you can choose to think that this is just the foolishness of the villains, or alternatively, you can choose to believe that this is Quaid's interpretation of how villains behave. I mean, the villains always hunt the good guy and parade around their evil schemes, right? And the hero always finds his way and delivers classic one-liners in an Austrian accent, doesn't he?
You could have fooled me.
That's the charm of the movie, in that the film chooses to be interpreted by its audience and frees it up to be as exciting and entertaining as it can be, logic be damned. All of that being said, it doesn't necessarily mean that this film is perfect. While the story is quite intriguing, the screenplay can feel a bit removed from time to time. Some of the one-liners from Schwarzenegger feel right at home. Consider that a divorce. Relax, you live longer. See you at the party, Richter! But some of the others do feel a bit forced. Come on, baby. You know you are the girl of my dreams. Who is it this time? My mother? Benny! Screw you! Alright, that last one is kind of fantastic. While again, you could argue that this is interpretive, I can't help but feel like these, along with some other moments that push that cheesy envelope just a little bit too much, detaches us overall from the quality of the film. And while as a fan you can grow to love and appreciate these moments like I do, from a critical standpoint, I feel like this is the overall result. The special effects in this film are a blast, but the set design in this movie is quite remarkable. Watching this movie now, I'm still blown away at the attention to detail in every set piece and how immersed you feel in this futuristic society. From the heavy concrete structures to the ridiculously conceived Johnny Cab, to the diverse mutant rebels, right down to the iconic three-breasted bombshell of Venusville, the lengths that this film is willing to take to bring us into this society never fails to impress. The cast is also well selected. Sharon Stone shows full commitment as she slinks into this sexy yet suspicious role of Quaid's wife.
If you don't trust me, you can tie me up.
Totally worth it.
And Rachel Ticotin sells what it means to be brunette, athletic, sleazy, and demure.
Hello, Hauser. Still bulging, I see.
That's what she said.
By that scale, I would consider myself bald, inactive, sleazy, and demure. Who else is in this movie? Oh yeah, Arnold!
Howdy, stranger.
Well, he's always Arnold, but I do feel like there's more to be said about his performance than just that. He does offer up a good bit of subtlety that does keep you guessing and intrigued with his character, and in all seriousness, His performance does add a tremendous amount of weight to this film, almost to the point where you take him for granted. Those moments where he's confused or vulnerable really do sell the fiction that the film is going for, and where it succeeds is in making us feel for this character. The music is also worth mentioning. Jerry Goldsmith's score is very noticeable and is always keeping the excitement pumping and captures the spirit of the film at all times. He's done some really great work in the past on Alien, First Blood, Mulan, even the original Planet of the Apes, and you could argue that this is one of his finest works. I would say personally that it's not quite as good as some of those, but it's definitely one of the most notable of 1990. Total Recall is rated R for, let me just go through the list, some crazy violence, some disturbing eye-bulging images, literally, language, some sexuality, and at the opening scene with Sharon Stone, I'm pretty sure she comes out of her negligee for like a brief split second, so if you want to cite brief nudity there. And speaking of nudity, the three-breasted stripper of Venusville, which I know is prosthetics, but it's there, so you're aware of, I guess, just, yeah. This film was originally going to be rated X. I mean, it's a Paul Verhoeven film. Have you seen Robocop? Starship Troopers?
Jesus Christ!
Total Recall is genius at times and laughable in others. Outrageous, sure, but surprisingly and undeniably complex. Total Recall is a game changer for the sci-fi world and paved the way for a lot of my favorite sci-fis and puzzlers. I feel like it's a very important movie in regards to makeup, set design, and storytelling. It's not perfect, but I really do appreciate it and the impact left on the genre nonetheless. And while its style of storytelling isn't going to be for everyone, I would like to think that even people who aren't fans of the film can still appreciate the complexity and efforts given to the narrative. I am giving Total Recall a 4.5 out of 5.
You got what you want. Give these people air.
Guys, thank you so much again for watching. I hope you enjoyed the review. What are some of your favorite puzzlers or movies that make you question what you're watching? Let me know in the comments below so that I can check them out. Again, thank you so much for watching. You are on Real Time with Joe.
Get ready for a